This is Glorify Him with Ray, where truth meets testimony and Jesus stays at the center. Let's talk. Let's be honest. Waiting on God, it's hard, especially when you're watching everyone around you walk into the exact thing you've been praying for: relationships, careers, opportunities. It feels like the doors are flying open for everyone else but you. Maybe you've been praying for love. You're finally in a place where you're open, healed, and ready, and someone shows up. You think this could be it. You're hopeful. You want it to work. But something in your spirit feels off. The conversations feel shallow. The connection feels forced. And before long, they stop talking to you altogether. Then you find out they're now talking to someone you know, maybe even a friend. And suddenly you're left with questioning everything. God, why did you send them into my life just for it to fall apart? But here's the thing: God didn't send them. You pulled them into your story before He turned the page. And what looked like rejection was actually redirection. Because later you see the truth: how they move, how they talk, who they really are. And it clicks. That wasn't my person. And God knew it. But you tried to write the love story yourself. And God had to lovingly interrupt your timeline to protect His purpose. This brings me to something Jesus said in Matthew 13, the parable of the sower. A farmer scatters seed. Some fall on the path, some fall on rocky ground, some fall among thorns, and some fall on good soil. And I used to think this parable was just about how people receive the word. But now I see it's also about timing, because the seed itself was never the problem. The difference? The soil. Sometimes we want the blessing, but we're not ready to hold it. Not because we're bad people, but because we're trying to plant seeds in rocky, thorn filled, or shallow ground. And even if something grows there, it won't last. God knows that. That's why He waits, not to punish you, but to prepare you. You keep thinking you're buried, but you're not buried. You're planted. And when something is planted, it disappears for a while. It's quiet. It's dark. Nobody claps for the roots. Nobody cheers for the hidden parts. But that's where strength is built. That's where the real work happens. See, your timeline is focused on visibility. By this age, I should be married. By this date, I should be finished. By now, I should be successful. But God's timing is focused on foundation. Before I give you the blessing, I need to make sure your heart can handle it. Before I elevate you, I need to humble you. Before I send the person, I need to secure your identity in me, not them. And maybe you even fasted for that thing. You prayed, you cried, and you had faith. But you also had an expectation of how it had to happen. You built a box and told God to fit inside it. But hear me: God is not a boxed in God. He doesn't work according to your vision board. He doesn't need your calendar. He's not late. He's just not moving in the direction you thought. And that's where trust comes in. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Notice, it doesn't say you know the plan, it says He does. So maybe instead of begging God to meet your timeline, you should ask Him to prepare your soil. God's not trying to rush a harvest. He's growing something deep. He's teaching you patience. He's growing your discernment. He's protecting you from the fruit you would have settled for if He let you have it early. So when it feels like you're buried, when it feels like everyone else is blooming and you're still waiting in the dark, just remember, you're not behind. You're being planted. And in God's timing, not yours, you're going to grow. If this blessed you in any way, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment so we can talk, and subscribe so you don't miss what God's doing next. I love you all so much. Stay rooted, stay faithful, and as always, let everything you do glorify Him. I'll see you next time.